hit live.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. We've known each other for so long. Your heart has been aching, but you're too shy to say it. Inside we both know what's been going on. We know the game and we're gonna play it. And if I ask you how I'm feeling, don't tell me you're too blind to see. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. We're gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna stand a lie. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
All right. Hello, iiRcadians.
I can't even keep. That's the best part. Well, there you go. There's the show.
iiRcadians assemble. Yeah, we
See you next week.
If we get a copyright strike for that, it's so worth it. I don't even care. That was hilarious.
That was awesome.
I can't not be in tears laughing listening to that. That was amazing. You have your great singing voice, CTJ.
Yeah.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I try.
But can we expect more karaoke from you in the future?
Possibly. I gotta find the right song. I'll make it work.
That was really good. Well, guys, welcome to the show. What a week. I was gone last week. You guys held down the fort. We had you guys did a great job without me. I don't even know why you need me here. I'm I don't know.
Oh yeah, well, we're so glad to have you back, Jeff.
Yeah, we all miss Jeff.
I was having fun.
Put a 1 in the chat if you missed Jeff.
Oh no! Look at all the zeros. They're coming in. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, do we have any news? Do we have any news this week? I thought we had some news. Oh, you know what? I do have some news. I just got a text message right before the show from Todd Russell about the Tropical Angel. Okay, you know Todd's a master at that game. You guys saw that video. He just beat apparently the world record. He's 30,000 points higher than the second place person on the iiRcade. Wow. At least. It's 224,130. So congrats to Todd Russell. We didn't get this news in time to actually show you guys any footage of it, but I'm sure you'll see it out there.
Way to go. Way to go, Todd. We're so proud of you, the whole iiRcade community. And we've had some serious competition since I had the Take Papa Brad Out challenge. These leaderboards on this game have been absolutely blowing up. And just for those that are good enough to see it, this is what you get if you complete the game. This is like an ultimate retro challenge. If you finish this game, this is the screen you're treated to. So take a screenshot of it. That's the end of the game. If you get there, you've completed the game. Very few people make it that far. Can we do a quick shout out to the people that won the contest last week?
Yeah, let's do that. You got something? Give us a shout out, Brad.
Hold a video, Mikey. This this is Papa Brad, and this is just a shout-out video for the winners of last week's Tropical Angel contest. Things have been really heating up on the leaderboards on this game, so be sure to check out Tropical Angel on iiRcade. First winner was Tom George, Qui-Gon George. Also, HDR Champ, Ryan Cato, won $25. Let's keep the competition going, as Todd Russell has retaken his #1 score on Tropical Angel. I also gave away some tempered glass to Robert Bowling. Enjoy your glass, it's been shipped out. Prince Malcolm won an iiRcadians t-shirt. Enjoy. And I want you to realize all this we do because we love the community. This is just to make the show fun. We are not monetized. This comes out of our own pockets. Every giveaway, everything we've done just comes straight out of our pockets. And it's to give back to the community that's given us so much joy. So thank you, compete, good luck, be present, and take Papa Brad out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You guys gave away the
Papa
kitchen
Brad.
sink.
You got two TVs, one on top of another.
My wife was, Miss
You had
Val,
two
she was
TVs,
like,
one on top of another in that video.
too
That's
generous.
crazy.
We're talking about
That's
news,
decent.
right? We're talking about news?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're talking about news.
what else do we... There was something that Bill sent out, right? What was the news on
Yeah,
that?
the Game Ninja Clowns is going to have a one coin mode, a YOLO, you only live once mode, where you can play as far as you can get on one coin. They have like a 4-credit mode. And Bill put out a great post where they're going to add some things to that game to even make it better, which I think is really exciting.
Oh, wait.
Well,
as far as you can get on one coin, I like that idea.
YOLO,
That's cool.
you only live once. It's called YOLO mode. It says YOLO.
Is that
So
going to be a
look pretty cool.
leaderboard option, like too? Like,
I don't know, but they're doing an upgrade to it, so it's
Well,
going to be
that's
like
what.
a re-upgrade to the game.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. Is that I don't know if they thought of this yet, but if you guys do, if you could put leaderboards on all those individual modes that you guys are adding, that could be sick. And that could give that game a ton of replay value.
I know that'd be fun to score chase to see how far you can get on one quarter. I think that'd be great.
that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
But-
Now, this isn't out yet, right? This is just he said this is his intention to...
Yeah, he had a picture of it. They're definitely working on it right now. It sounded like from what I
Okay.
saw on the community page.
Oh, cool.
But
Well, we were going to have, you guys, we actually had, if you saw some of the posts that we put on the like Facebook pages yesterday, you probably saw a thumbnail with Bill McLaughlin in it. We were going to have him on the show. I don't know what happened, but we had it all lined up, but then this morning, I don't know what happened there, but I get a message. He sounded kind of scared. He's like, hey,
well, you know what's been in the news, Jeff. You know what's been in the news.
Tell me, Brad, what's been in the news?
There's this thing called Illuminati. Everyone's talking about it.
There we go.
It's just crazy. I think.
Oh my gosh!
I think we need to do our own Illuminati. This is the iiRcade Illuminati.
You're trying to get me caught up.
Oh, you guys are gonna get some haters of
Come
that.
up with our own Illuminati. I think it's Illuminati.
Yeah.
I can't believe you put a picture of those 3 guys on there. I'm gonna get
Hey,
so
it's
many
just fun. We're
hate
just having
messages
fun
now.
with it. I mean, we're just having fun with it. But
I'm probably getting messages from Rev already.
it's all
I don't
good.
know.
It's all good. It's all good. We want to let people know that yes, we're looking for members right now. We have a contract you can sign. You would like to join the Illuminati. iiRcade is now recruiting.
You never got the little
Unlike
triangle
other
in the
guys-
corner of the paper.
Yeah.
We have a
Unlike other
contract.
guys, we're not gatekeeping. We're taking everybody. If you want to join the Illuminati, talk to one of us. Do a segment on the show.
The
Anyone that
iiRcade
did a segment,
Illuminati.
you
Well,
did
we'll
a
have to work
segment,
out some merch for the
welcome
store
to
for it
the
as well.
Illuminati.
I love it.
Hey, Papa Brad.
Yeah.
Papa
You know,
Brad.
we started. We'll have a secret. Maybe we'll make some secret pins or something just for
Yeah.
people that
I
have been.
got a question for you, Papa Brad.
Yeah.
Reset Rudy in the chat. They got the same question I do. What's up with them 2 TVs you got? You got 2 TVs in there.
Man,
One on top of another.
I got screens on top of screens, man. It looks like the Bat Cave in this room. Yeah.
That sounds
I
hot.
have a tour on my channel, the Papa Brad's arcade tour.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. I show my whole setup. But and once again, we want to thank our singing Jason. Really did a great job. And that's the way you do a countdown. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Heck
Like
yeah.
to say hello some friends. Off Grid Arcades in the chat. He's awesome. We got Ritual Dello. We got Pete. We got Raven SPE. We got Jen. Lots of friends in the chat tonight.
Jen says, "Sign me up." Jen will send you the contract. I think Mikey can probably get that to you pretty easy, and you just got to fax it to who are we faxing it to? Michael.
Brooklyn, you're grandfathered in. If you do a clip for us, you're automatically in the loop.
Yeah.
You're in it. You don't even know it.
This segment, we got Tim Tiny Arcade. Anyone does a segment, you're automatically in the Illuminati.
Yeah. We're gonna figure out how that's gonna work with some people that can they be in both groups though?
Oh, I know they could cross over.
I offered UAG that option, and I think he got mad at me because like you could be in both. Like,
what's up, brother Mo? You have been acknowledged.
Yeah, I love Mo. Mo's a great guy. Thank you so much.
Mo took a little bit of turf from those guys over at the weekly retro party for making a segment.
They was hating on him. That's what they was doing. They was hating on him because they didn't get a chance to do it.
Nick's just jealous because he hasn't had a segment on our show yet. I told him, I said, make a segment where you can join both Illuminati.
We are all iiRcadians. They're welcome to make one.
Speaking of segments, Mikey did a freaking cool review for us. Mikey, what do you got in store for us this evening?
Well, it's Breaker's Revenge, if you saw the thumbnail or the description, if you've been paying attention. But it's actually, what I did for this video is I actually released a video on my channel. It was back in December, spotlighting Breaker's Revenge before we even got this whole iiRcadians ball rolling. And shortly thereafter, Papa Brad talked about it on his channel. And so, instead of just trying to do a new one from scratch, I said, well, let's just kind of combine our strengths, and here you go.
Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back. Tell a friend. Hey everybody, here with another video for you guys today. And today we're going to be looking at Breaker's Revenge and why I'm going to be playing it on the iiRcade online and why you should be too. And here is Breaker's Revenge. It is a game that came out on the Neo Geo arcade system, MVS, back in 1998, and is actually a sequel to the first game known as Breakers. Well, it's actually kind of a remake, kind of reboot of the two games. And since I think it is actually a fun game, and it is probably one of the best fighting games on the iiRcade, I thought it'd be fun to make a video on it and try to drum up some additional players to get excited about it when it goes online. Somewhere in Hong Kong, two martial artists face off in a vast courtyard. The challenger is a stout man in brown skin. The ground has been tainted with blood. However, his crescent blade has not touched his opponent yet. It is a one-sided battle. He has already exhausted, and it will not be long before he would fall. The Fighting Instinct Tournament, or FIST, is a tournament as fierce as the name suggests. The last challenger who remains in this lawless tournament gets to challenge the organizer of the tournament, the head of the Hong Financial Clique, for a chance to win massive prize money. The martial artist who can manage to defeat him will obtain the honor of truly calling him or herself the strongest. However, none of the martial artists who have been chosen to challenge a champion in a private final match have ever come back alive. And when you look at the controls of it, it actually is utilizing the control scheme that was familiar in like Fatal Fury 2 or Fatal Fury Special, some of those games. We're going to start out with Sho. He is like the main character. And he's kind of Ryu stand-in, if you will. Says he is a young karate expert from Japan who is pursuing strength. He throws a fireball, Hadouken kind of a thing. And it's a very similar moveset to Ryu. And now we have Dao Long. He is Sho's rival and senior, a young Korean who practices a Chinese martial art called Empty Fist. And when I was playing this for making the footage for this video, he was unlike any character that I can really recall in any fighting game. So he definitely has a unique moveset, which is kind of interesting. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but nonetheless, he does have a unique moveset. And next up we have Tia. She's actually my personal favorite character that I've found so far in this game, which if you're used to Neo Geo fighting games, it should be no surprise. You should give the girls a chance, the Neo Geo fighters. And she is a female fighter in a red leotard and headband, famous for her kicks. And in my opinion, she's kind of a cross between Mai Shiranui from King of Fighters and Fatal Fury.
Hey, keep your hands to yourself! Serves you right, you old pervert!
And Chun-Li from Street Fighter. So it's kind of an interesting combination, and she's definitely my favorite fighter. And if you meet me on iiRcade Online, this is who you'll be going up against. And next up we have Sazao. I believe that's how it's pronounced. And he's kind of fun because he comes with a sword. Some of the characters in this game do have weapons. You know, he throws bombs as well. He is a ninja who is seeking revenge on Baihu for the slaughter of his clan. So he's kind of like the Sub-Zero, if you will, of this universe. Scorpion. Kind of stand-in character. And next up we have Pele. I believe that's how it's pronounced. He is an Italian nobleman who fights with a fencier's weapon and the power of lightning. He's definitely a unique character. Again, not one of my personal favorites, but, you know, I don't know, maybe you'll give him a shot. A little too fancy for me. Next up we have Condor. Condor is definitely a T-Hawk from Street Fighter fame stand-in. And it says he's a Native American fighter who uses a powerful grappling style. But I actually found his movesets to be pretty more similar to like Zangief. There's a lot of body slamming and grapples and things of that nature. He's definitely the strong guy of this fighting game. And next up we have Ryla, and she's kind of like a female Blanca. That's for certain. And it says she's the wild-hearted protector of the wilderness and forests of the Amazon who attacks with her claws and speed. She doesn't do the electric charge that Blanca does. But definitely a Blanca kind of knockoff here for certain. But maybe different enough to be worth a shot. Next up we have Alcyon the Third, and he's very much kind of like a Dhalsim stand-in, but he's like an Egyptian version. It says he is an undead ancient Egyptian with rubber-like limbs who uses electric and poison attacks. So he's like a
That's a Dhalsim copycat
kind of dude. It's undead, supposedly. So that's
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Next up, we have Mahiro. I believe that's how you say it. And this dude
This dude
like
here is
anybody
crazy,
that
though.
I've seen in a fighting game so far. He says he's a stocky Arabian man who fights with a scimitar and uses fire projectiles, but also can inflate himself like a balloon. But he does have some cool fire abilities. And again, like I said, he's definitely a unique character. So, you know, they're not all like knockoffs of somebody else. Or at least he's not like a character that I can recall. And next up we have Bai Hu. And he is the big baddie, the final boss of the game. Says he's the game's final boss, supposedly the world's strongest martial artist. He is an evil spirit who killed Dai Long's father and possessed his body. So maybe he's the body he's in is actually the other guy's dad. Did I get that right? But what's cool is that sign back there that you see in the background. No, it's in Street Fighter 2. That's where I've seen that. It's an interesting little reference.
Here goes Papa Bread.
Hadouken! Hadouken! Yeah, very Street Fighter feeling.
Yeah, I can tell when Papa Brad starts playing because he starts winning.
This one's gonna be cool. Yeah, this is my favorite game that's a fighting game on iiRcade, by far.
I'm surprised Capcom didn't come after them. There's a lot of similarities.
I read when I was researching this game that they specifically made it as much like Street Fighter as they possibly could. Yeah.
Like I say, he's scared of Papa Capcom.
Wrong with this game. Get more of them like this. Get more of them like this. It's gonna go in the must-buy. Yeah, if you don't have this game, definitely, this is a must-buy.
Again, a lot of the purpose of this video was to try to introduce this game to people, to maybe drop some anticipation and excitement to maybe play this game when it goes online in the near future on the iiRcade.
So, my final, and I know you guys just heard me go on and on about the game for how many minutes there, but I'm get ready to, get in for a shock. Those that say that there are no fighting games on the iiRcade, you are incorrect, because I will go on record right now and say Breaker's Revenge is better than Street Fighter 2 The World Warrior. And I don't know how many people out there would just love to have any Street Fighter 2 game, even if it is the World Warrior, which most people would agree is the worst Street Fighter 2 game. But still, Breaker's Revenge is absolutely better than the World Warrior.
Yeah, it's me in the face too. You just gotta imagine.
Well, let's talk about this. So I gotta ask you guys.
There it is.
There it is. Turned on his webcam. So I gotta ask you guys this because I don't know. Did this come out after Street Fighter or before Street Fighter?
Yeah, this game actually came out in 1998, and the original Breakers came out in 1996, which I've played that one as well. And Breaker's Revenge, it's not really a sequel; it's kind of more like a reboot, retooling. And because it was so late into the development of 2D fighters, that the buttons and the way you pull off all the moves is really seamless. And that's what I'm
totally
talking about.
Didn't answer the question.
Yeah.
I said 1998.
Wait. So that's after Street Fighter.
The Street Fighter moves are all the fighting moves.
Okay, I was curious. I'm like, who copied who? Because
you're gonna feel at home.
Like you pointed out, CT, like that guy was Dalsum, the other guy was T-Hawk, the one
then you got a female Blanca. Come on now.
I mean,
it's blatantly obvious.
This is a blatant ripoff of Street Fighter. It's very clear.
All right.
But it's a good game. But it's a good game.
It's a great game.
Oh yeah.
How much is it? How much is it on the iiRcade?
$9.99.
$9.99. It's worth it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good actually, yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely one I would highly recommend.
So I do have to ask this one question because Jen was watching and she's in the chat and she saw this. And so I want to know from Jen in the chat, what do you think about Mikey's favorite character being Tia in this game? What do you think about that? Because there's a lot of Tia footage in that video there, Mikey. I don't know.
No, there wasn't.
Stop putting that man on blast. You will get him in trouble.
There was as much footage on
Mikey
her.
has a type.
Oh,
No,
Mikey
no.
has a type.
Now, did I sneak my Shiranui in there? I did, but
okay.
hey, blame
I'm gonna
Papa
hear it in
Brad.
the after show from Mikey. Now he's gonna be
You're
like,
gonna
"You
put
got
that
me
man
in
on the
trouble with my
couch.
wife." Hey, you're the
Papa
one that
Brad
put the
chose
clips
here,
in that video. I'm just saying.
When we watched the Ninja Clowns video, he put the girl playing bass like Chun-Li, and I'm like, that was a slick little move there, Papa
It was
Brad.
slick. I like to do crazy stuff. That's
Here
my
she
style.
That's
is.
why I
of
was just
videos.
trying to spice it up a little,
You did
and
good.
I talked
You
about
did good.
I talked about my Shiranui in the video, so I thought I'd show her off, and I talked about Chun-Li, and Brad
Great.
already showed her off,
It
so
was great.
It was a great video, guys. Now, you know what? Actually, I thought was kind of cool because somebody
me on
pointed
spot.
out you're doing a deep dive into each character, and there were a few people in the chat. I was watching the chat as we're watching that video, who were like saying, "Oh, okay, I found my character," and like, you know what I mean? Like, people were like kind of getting excited about the game, like they're almost like they're looking at this like, okay, I'm going to pick my character because in these games, people like to cling on to one character that they kind of, that they feel like they will do well with or whatever.
And fighting
That
games.
guy at the end looked good. That last guy there, the M. Bison copycat, looked like Akuma's father.
The kind of Arabian guy, the fat Arabian guy. Is that what you're talking about?
No, the boss man at the end.
Oh yeah, he looked OP. Is he really strong?
Yeah.
Did he play as him?
Yeah, he looked cheap.
You only play the cheap characters, right?
I did unlock him. I did unlock him, and that's how you were able to see me play as him in the game. But I am not going to tell you how I did that.
So I got YouTube. I'll Google it.
Oh, you're not telling us how you unlocked him? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Yeah,
you got to play the game a lot. He wants to get you to play the game, is what he's saying. He wants you to
play the game.
Well, I can tell you this:
games are all about characters, and you gotta have a diverse group of characters to make a fighting game fun.
I've played a couple of fighting games on the iiRcade. I'm not a huge fighting game person, so my opinion probably means nothing. But I think this one is the best one that we have right now, in my opinion. Now,
100%.
Now we were gonna have Bill McLaughlin on the show. This is one of the fighting games that he didn't bring to the iiRcade, but he brought some other games, so I'm sure he'd have a much different opinion than us on that. But well, speaking of bringing fighting games to the iiRcade, I know that there's some games that if I could pick some fighting games that I would like to see on the system. Obviously, we all want Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct. The big ones, right? But if I could pick a few games that I want to be on, I know that I've got some kind of more obscure ones. And what we all kind of did this week is we decided, okay, let's all pick like 3 games that we would like to see personally, fighting games specifically, on the iiRcade. And we just made a little clip and then we can talk about them. So I think we should show those. Who wants to go first? Who do you got queued up first, Mikey?
CT's going.
It's time for CT Chase's 3 picks for fighting games for the iiRcade. My first pick, of course, is Virtual Fighter 2. It's released in the arcade in 1994. This game was a bad game. Bad meaning good. This game was nice. Everything was sharp about it. I remember when it first came out. I thought it was revolutionary. And at the time it was. The combos was nice. The replay, that's the thing that I love the most. Look at that. It'll fall on his head. That shit was funny. A nice game to have on the iiRcade. Second game I picked, Rival Schools. This came out in 1997. It did have an arcade release. This game in itself was amazing. The combos, all that. Kind of a mix of, some Capcom with some 3D graphics, a whole bunch of nonsense going on. Look at that. Combos and duking from the air. Above and below, I like this game a lot. I wish I would see something like this on the iiRcade. I believe the system can handle it. Look at that. This is something I need. All the times, all the hours I put on that. Last but not least, one of my favorite fighters of all time, Power Stone 2, released in 2000. I love this game on the Dreamcast. Not only was it a multiplayer fighter, but it had other levels in there, boss levels in it. Everybody's got to put their differences aside and put that work in. Then you go back to levels where y'all fight each other, find the magic chaos emeralds, power yourself up, and lay that booker down. This game would be nice for online play. Oh my goodness. And it mixes it up again on the different types of cross-platform levels. This game was amazing. All types of different items. Whatever you want, this game had it. You can craft items. Then you got boss fights. Yes, this is something I need from the iiRcade. Any of these releases and I will be happy. Let's hope for the best, folks.
Oh,
That's
yeah. Some good ones there.
Wow, those are good picks. So good that Prince Malcolm's house is on fire.
I know.
Look at that comment.
I saw that.
Look how many
I know.
flames he's getting.
That's
the truth.
a lot of fire.
It's the truth.
That's a lot of fire.
That last one kind of looks to me like Bomb Squad meets Smash Brothers. Is that kind of what it's like?
Power Stone is amazing.
I've never
Power
played
Stone
that, but
is
that
amazing.
looks freaking
It's the
cool.
best one of the best fighting games I ever played.
Great. Great.
And I want to put my 2 cents in on Virtua Fighter since CT kindly brought that to all of our attention. You know, as
Good
the show progresses, you guys might find a little trend that I can go off the beaten path for some of the more mainstream, retro game fans out there. And it started with the Sega Saturn. I was one of those weird kids that got the Sega Saturn instead of the PlayStation, and I don't regret it. I loved that thing, and I still would rather play that than the PlayStation 1. Kill me. I don't care.
All right.
But having said that, Virtua Fighter, Daytona, all those games, I fell in love with them because of the Sega Saturn. And yeah, give us Virtua Fighter 2, 3, 4.
It's
Any
tough.
one of
It's
them,
tough.
guys.
It's
Any
tough
one
to
of them.
just pick 3, too.
Yeah.
You ready to roll my 3?
Yeah, now it's time for Papa Brad.
Sure,
My
yes,
my 3 games I chose.
Okay.
Okay, this is Papa Brad's wish list for games that are fighting games that I would love to see ported to iiRcade. The very top of my list is one of the greatest fighting games of all time, I think, Soul Calibur. This is a Dreamcast version. I mean, this game has 3D fighting with weapons. It's just a blast to play. I've always liked this game, and this would be my first choice for a AAA title to come to iiRcade. If they can ever get this, this would be magical. I mean, even just putting this game in my Dreamcast and just playing it to get footage, I had to play the game all the way to the end, because once I got started, I mean, it's like buttery popcorn. You can't put this game down. This game is fantastic. This is a home run. For fighters, this is a great game. Has universal appeal, too. My second choice for a game I would love to see on the iiRcade is Dead or Alive 2. It's just another 3D fighter, and 3D fighters are something that I really want to see on the more powerful iiRcade hardware. I want to see what it's capable of. I want to see some 3D fighters on there. And this is a fun one. It's kind of an older game, but it still plays great. The graphics is still really fun. I mean, come on, it's got Kasumi. I mean, how can you not love this game? This game, I still play it. I like it. It's a great game. Kind of a guilty pleasure, but I would pick DOA to be a game that I would love to see come to iiRcade. Dead or Alive is a game that is not really going to come probably to an arcade one-up, and it was an arcade game. I think it would be a cool fit for iiRcade, so that's why it made my list. So, Dead or Alive. This is Dead or Alive 2, but there are a ton of different versions. DOA 2 was my favorite arcade DOA, though. So if I was to pick just one, DOA 2 would be my pick. And this game would definitely be on my list. This is my favorite Capcom fighting game. This is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's a 3-on-3 fighting game. You get to pick 3 fighters. They have tons of Marvel characters. This game, I just love everything about this game. It has infinite replay value. I mean, this is just, for me, this is my favorite fighter of all time. Every time I see this at arcade, I like to play it. If I'm playing by myself, I can get all the way to the end and beat the game. It's just a fun game. And as far as competitive, player versus player, this is just a great game. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. So Marvel vs. Capcom 2 at the top of my list.
Open up for now.
We can all hope and dream, right?
Never gonna happen.
Okay, to be fair, you said pick 3 fighting games that you really like. To be fair, that was the question.
Those were some heavy hitters, Brad. Those were some heavy hitters.
Yeah, to me, the last one is my ultimate, my dream to have at home. So there you go.
Yeah, I think we can all safely say that we can all dream about that one, but the reality on that one is probably, I don't want to be pessimist, but that's a tough license to get there.
Yeah.
So
Soul
you never know.
Calibur, Dead or Alive,
Anything
though.
is possible, right? Isn't that
Anything
what John
is
says?
possible on Fightcade. On Fightcade. Anything's possible.
What show is this?
Wait.
The Fightcadians.
Sorry, oops. Freudian slip.
Oh man, no, some good hits there. We're gonna get you in trouble with Val though. What does Val think about that Dead or Alive pick?
I don't know.
Keep dreaming.
I want to see what you got, Jeff. Let's do Jeff next.
I got some pretty obscure ones. All right, play mine. We'll see what I got. All right, so my first pick is a game that I had for PlayStation 1 called Soul Blade. Now, this actually came out in the arcades as Soul Edge in 1995. It was later ported to the PlayStation 1 and changed the name to Soul Blade in 1996. This was supposed to be the first in the line of the Soul Calibur series of games, which came later, but this was the coolest game to me because you just got to have these big, giant weapons, and it just played so much fun. I love this game. I love this one. Okay, so my second pick, guys, is actually a boxing game from 1991 called 4D Sports Boxing. It was part of a 4D Sports series of games. This was made from like a polygon-based graphics. What was cool about this is it used motion capture, so it was one of the first head-to-head fighting games, but it used this motion capture to make it very realistic. Had a couple of different views that you could fight from. It also had, for one of the first times, this level of character creation. And it also allowed you to kind of pick which attributes you wanted to improve between fights. Like, do you want to improve your speed, your power, your stamina? And then there was different tactics you could employ when you're fighting, like dodging and counterattacking or going all out. It was definitely unique for its time. And it was just a blast to play, and I've got a lot of nostalgia. I put many hours into this game, actually, back in the early 90s. 4D Sports Boxing is one that I think would be really fun. I would get a kick out of having this on the iiRcade for sure. And then for my third and final pick, of course, we have to go with Sailor Moon, the fighting game, because it's Sailor Moon. What? Don't judge me. You can't tell me you don't want to play this game. There you go. Yeah, Prince Malcolm was actually pointing out the Soul Edge earlier.
A little bit of a gap there. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 versus Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Well, so Prince Malcolm mentioned Soul Edge, and just to clarify that, Soul Edge was the arcade game. It was ported to PlayStation 1, and it was they made some changes, added a little bit more complexity to it, changed the name to Soul Blade, and it was Soul Calibur came out after that in that same line, in that same series of games, but it was part of that series, yeah. But yeah, come on, Sailor Moon, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't actually played that, to be fair.
I'd rather have
but
the
it looks
beat 'em
cool.
up. I like the beat 'em up. The beat 'em up is great.
Beat 'em up is good.
Pretty
too.
Soldier Sailor Moon's a great beat 'em up.
But if they can get the license to that, might as well get them all, in my opinion.
Has anyone else besides me? I want to know in the chat. Has anyone actually played 4D Sports Boxing besides me? Because I played the heck out of that game in the early '90s. I'm just saying, like, I loved that game.
What I was saying, I said this to Jeff earlier in our iiRcade Illuminati chat, that I used to play centering boxing on the Sega Saturn, and that was similar to the 4D boxing, just a little bit newer and better graphics, but it's still all polygons, and the way they throw their punches was very similar. And yeah, I see people in the chat talking PS1 is better and stuff, but no. And I was also a Dreamcast guy too, so I'm Sega all the way. So
Stop throwing subliminal messages.
Is that what's that? It's not me. I'm not touching it. Maybe it's like Michael. Michael's doing that. He's controlling our chat.
I know.
All right, you guys want to see my picks now?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
What do you got for us?
Definitely.
The fighting game guru of the group. Let's see what his thoughts are.
First up, we have the story of Terry Bogard, and that is, of course, Fatal Fury. And the particular game that I am choosing for my list will not be the first game, but instead Real Bout 2. It is my actual favorite game of the actual Fatal Fury franchise. It's the perfect mix of what makes the Fatal Fury games great. And Fatal Fury has just a great story overall, and that bleeds into the King of Fighters franchise as well. And then next up we have, of course, the King of Fighters. I had to include it. And 98, as I'm showing you here, is my personal favorite, but I would be perfectly happy with getting 97, 98, 2000, 2002, or even one of the more modern titles like King of Fighters 15, wink wink, that just got released. But these games have an amazing collection of fighters. You can't ask for much more out of a fighting game than you get out of the King of Fighters franchise. And then my final one, I have Double Dragon. This game was released on the Neo Geo MVS back in 1995, and it is actually a really... Well, I'm not going to say it is an amazing fighting game by any stretch of the imagination. Being that iiRcade has the license to Double Dragon, they might as well go and get this one, because it's a pretty good fighter. It'd be a good addition on the iiRcade.
That game looked hot.
Awesome.
My man took a big old breath and got husky and stuff. You seen that?
Yeah, well, that was a Bobo. And if I know... like CT asked me about this earlier about like, isn't Rage of the Dragons technically a Double Dragon fighting game? And I thought it'd be good to kind of clarify that for everybody real quick, that when they were making that game, they intended it to be a sequel to that Double Dragon game that I just showed you guys. And they were all the way through making it. And then right at the end of the deal, they lost the license to the Double Dragon, IP. And so they released the game as, kind of quote unquote sequel, but it's not really. Instead of Jimmy and Billy Lee, it's Jimmy and Billy Lewis. And instead of a Bobo, it's like a Boobo or something like that. But it's essentially the same characters. And Rage of the Dragons is the far superior game to the Double Dragon one I showed you. And not only that, but I would say I'm debating whether I like Rage of the Dragons or Breakers better, guys. I like both of them a lot.
Well, I want to look through some of these comments because some people have been putting some of their stuff in here too. Like, Prince Malcolm said, Skullgirls. I'm surprised none of us picked that one. That one looks pretty cool. I haven't played it, but it looks great. Nobody said Eternal Champions, Fighting Herds,
Big
World
shout
Heroes.
out to,
I mean, I guess you got to narrow it down, right?
Right. There's so many games, so many great fighting games.
I thought CT Jason was going to have Clay Fighter, one of the Clay Fighters on there because.
I thought about it, but nah. There's a lot more better games.
That'd have been in the top 5, maybe, or 6.
Top 6.
Top 6. Okay.
Clay Fighter 2. Good game.
What was the one that Mad Dads was asking? Was saying up there? Ready to Rumble.
Ready to Rumble.
Yeah, that would be.
Ready to Rumble was great.
That was a great.
Is
game.
that a good? Is that a
that
good one?
Perfectly on our arcade cab.
That would be an amazing addition. Absolutely.
So I think what this just points out is it's not just about Midway and Capcom. There are other developers out there that have some really good fighting games.
It's a big ocean. There's tons of games. There's games that nobody's going to do too. I mean,
And I'm gonna be honest, I think the fighting games is probably one of the weaker genres on the iiRcade.
definitely
Yeah,
the
it
weakest
is.
genre.
It's got a lot of room for improvement there.
The shooters and the shmups is the strongest, in my opinion. As
Yeah.
a shmup cab, the iiRcade is the best cab.
Yeah. So,
but there are definitely places that they can go, like you were saying, and you know, in the theory of shock and awe for everybody, you know, get ready. I'm gonna go on record again, you know, especially since King of Fighters 15 just came out, and you know, come on, guys, if it can run it, we should get it. You know, that would be too sweet. Steal the NWO little line there.
and maybe we have an announcement that we can do here on the show. Maybe we have a game launch with a one more thing. Does anybody have any Starburst? I'm just kidding. We
don't. We don't have any of those powers, Jeff.
We don't have this kind of power.
Illuminati.
You know what?
We're just
Maybe we can pull that off next week, because next week we're going to have a big guest. Can we reveal? Is it okay to reveal our guest for next week?
Absolutely. Let's reveal our guest. Hopefully,
next week. Who do we have? Brad, tell us who we're getting on the show next week.
You can tell him.
Michael Svabek from iiRcade is going to be here. I think we should have some Starburst ready just in case. I know, Michael, I know you're watching. I hope we're not putting any pressure on you or anything. But if you want to do a little wink, you know, and make something happen on our show, we won't complain. So, anyways, you want to tune in next week for that as well.
Tekken belonged in there too, but we really couldn't pick as many games as we wanted to, but Tekken belongs in that short list too.
Well,
Reno Toshinden was a good game. I seen TMNT Tournament Fighters in the chat. Ranger said that. That's a good game too.
Yeah. I just want to clarify that the Double Dragon game wouldn't be my third pick if I could pick any game. Obviously, I feel like that one would be a doable one for arcade or iiRcade to pull off. So, let's do it.
Well, Mikey, you gave us who did? Oh, I'm sorry, CT Jason did okay. I gotta say this. I love when CT Jason does a spotlight for us because what you're doing. Well, we're okay. So this one may be a little bit. This is PG-13 this time, right? Yeah, this is
PG-13. So if you're offended by
that, wasn't what I was gonna say though. Okay. What I was gonna say is when CT Jason does them, it's right. And correct me if I'm wrong. This is like your first time playing the game, right? Like you buy the game, and this is like your first impression of it, right?
Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. I mean, I played this game long time ago, but yeah, it's my first time playing it in a while. That's what it is.
This game is so old. When Papa Brad was in college, they had this game in the college arcade.
Oh,
I used to, always walk by. I didn't play it really much, but I always saw it, and I was curious about it. But
it's crazy.
It is crazy. It's great. It's fun to watch. I will say that.
It's graphic.
Let's watch this crazy.
Usually isn't here for this. This is one of the more violent games in iiRcade.
All right, so since today the topic is fighting games, I want to pick me a nice fighting game. The iiRcade got a lot of nice selections to choose from, but I think I'm going to pick Time Killers. This game right here, I remember this from back in the arcade, came out in 1992. One of the earliest weapon-based games based on Capcom's Street Fighter II. This game is a crazy-looking game. Chopping arms off, chopping heads. What type of stuff is this? Look at that. Yeah, I think this might be my type of game. So I'm paying for it. We're going to turn it up a little bit, and we're going to test it out. Time Killers. Man, it brings me back. All right, my button's all right. I'm ready. Okay, they got the blood effects high. I'm up in here. I get my character. Will pick me this time. This caveman looking guy. They're going to send us back to a level back in time. Ready to fight. Okay. Come on, let's get it in. I'm going to tear you up. Now, the thing about this game, I like you got weapons. I ain't never seen nothing like that in the blood and all that stuff. As a kid growing up, That shit was amazing, I tell you. Look at this. I'm hawking loogies at this guy, chopping him up. Come on, let's fight. Oh my God, look at that. I'm chopping arms off. I'm declared the winner. That's nice. Now we got a round 2. Now, the animations and stuff, you know, it ain't as crisp and stuff as some other games, but it feels good. And it chops some body parts up. That's amazing. Look at that. And it knocked parts of his arm, knocked his blade off. This man is fighting with no arms. He's got a head and some legs. This shit is crazy. Yeah, it is. And the music in itself, it's intense. All right, here we go. Got me this nice barbarian with this axe. What? Fight the caveman is crazy. That man is a beast. What? He just, he done tore me up piece by piece, limb by limb. This game is crazy. I like it. Look, what's that? Come on now. Did y'all see that? They bring me back to the menu with no head. Yeah, I like this game a lot. It's very graphic. If this type of stuff ain't for you, don't play it. But I like it. Yeah, this is a good game. All in all, it takes me back in the day. I like this game a lot. The price wasn't bad for it. I'm glad that I bought it. Thank you, iiRcade. That's another one in the books. So I'll see y'all later.
They took me back to the menu and I didn't have a head.
Look at that. I ain't never seen nothing like that. You ain't never seen nothing like that in no other game.
It's a flesh wound. It's a flesh wound. Yeah. But a scratch.
Can you still go, Danielson?
Bloody game. That was a bloody game. Well, like I said, I'm sorry. It's sad that Billy wasn't here to experience your joy of playing that, but I'm sure he's watching from afar and he's excited about that.
Yeah, so. I really enjoyed that game. I like it. It's only $9.99. That's it.
Well, that's why he's not here, is because of these subliminal messages that are popping. Illuminati got to him. They must have got to him.
We're ready to have him.
Well, let's move on since we're running low on time. We're already like way into the show here, guys. But we got another topic to discuss. So there was a bunch of videos, posts coming up. Billy was one of the people posting about this topic of, is the iiRcade community too positive? And I'm hearing a lot of chatter around this subject all over the place this week. What do you guys think about this? Do you think the iiRcade community, do you think like we're just being too positive on this stuff? Are we not critical enough? Like, what do you guys think? CT, why don't you tell us what you think?
Start us up, CT.
I mean, to be honest with you, no, I don't think there ain't nothing wrong with being positive. It's good to look at, and see if the cup is like half full instead of half empty. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. iiRcade is doing fine. They got plans. We can be happy over whatever little games come out. They at least we getting stuff. Instead of people releasing the same variation of things over and over again like Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying?
Taco Bell.
I'm gonna release a video about Taco Bell this week. I'm just saying. I got issues with Taco Bell. What do you guys think? But Brad, what do you think?
I think it's refreshing. I think, the whole point of the show is I love iiRcade. That's why I do this show. I mean, that's it. I'm a fan. I like it. I followed it like ever since the Kickstarter. I've liked iiRcade and I enjoy it. But I think, there's nothing wrong with being positive. But if, you got to call a dog too. If something's not good, you got to call it out. So I think you need a little bit of both. But
That's fair.
If I have to like be a little bit more on one side or the other, I think it's good to be more positive than negative, because we have enough negativity in it. Everywhere you go, there's negativity.
Right.
Well,
yeah, I don't really want it in my arcade, all over my arcade stuff,
Well, and I tend to agree with Brad there. I mean, there's a lot of negativity in the world in general, and so that's part of the reason we started this show, was to be more positive and uplifting. But having said that, are there bad games on the iiRcade?
Absolutely. There are
there
bad games in every system. There are bad games on the iiRcade.
and are there? But just because
We're looking
something's
at you,
bad
brain
to you,
strainer.
if something's bad to you, somebody else might
Someone
enjoy
else
it
might
as
like
well.
it, you know?
You know, so I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, yeah, there's some games that don't appeal to me for sure, but I don't buy them, and so they're not on my machine. And so when I turn on my
Right.
iiRcade, I don't see games I don't like. You know,
Yeah.
Put it
I
like this. We ain't gonna sell nobody nothing that ain't good. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna
Yeah.
say,
No,
oh,
we're not
yeah,
gonna.
this
Yeah.
Dookie game is good. You know what I mean? Like,
We're
no,
not.
we just
We're
won't
not.
talk about it.
yeah.
Well,
We're
so
not.
here's the thing. This is kind of into the psyche of how people think, right? It's like if a game comes out that you're like really excited about, and you're like, oh, it came out like a perfect example is Shotgun Sean was super excited for Toe Jam and Earl. I wasn't that excited about Toe Jam and Earl, but I'm not going to crap on his parade, right? Like if he likes the game, he's going to come out and be like, oh, this game's amazing and all this. But if he has a game that comes out that he doesn't like, he's probably not incentivized to just go out and like say, this game sucks. Why do you know what I mean? Like that's just
Right.
not how most people think. They're excited about what they're excited about, and if there's a game that comes out that they're not excited about, they just
I don't
they
want
move
to.
on.
I don't
Yeah,
want to
you-
rain on someone else's parade. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
People don't do that with you don't go to like the Nintendo forums and see people going like, oh,
Mario.
another crappy game because they didn't get the
Yeah.
game that they wanted or whatever
Yeah.
that week.
Yeah.
You know.
Nobody hates Mario though. Mario's pretty likable.
I hate Mario. That
I would
guy,
love.
the little
I would love.
plumber.
Can we
and
read
that-
this? Because this is such a good. This is such a good comment. This is from Prince Malcolm.
Go ahead and read it.
Who posted that question? Do you really want to live your life complaining and being a bitter Betty about everything? I come to the community to escape politics and people that bring too much drama. And
That's-
Here.
review what you love. Don't review what you hate. And more than that, specifically, don't review stuff that you haven't even tried. It's free. It's absolutely free. You can get the game for 30 minutes and try it.
I've
you
seen
ever
people review
anything
without
about
even
the game?
playing the game. Yeah,
Showing the
that's
preview video is not kosher.
Because I mean,
I like your first comment. Review what you love, not what you hate. It's a
Well,
good
look,
comment.
the four of us is a good example. We are all here because we love the iiRcade, right? So, do you really expect to come to this show and hear us giving a whole bunch of negative stuff about the No, because we're fans of the product. If you go watch that show with those four guys that talk about Amico all day long, of course they're going to be positive on the Amico. They made the
Right.
show about the Amico. Let's be honest. So it's the same thing with the forums. If you go to the iiRcade community or the iiRcade fan page, what are you going to find? Fans of the product. So you're going to see more positive than negative stuff there. And that's just a thing. If you go in there and you do look, I will say this. I moderate over in those forums and I don't delete people for having criticism or negative opinions. John doesn't want that. He wants everyone to be able to say what they want to say. And we allow that in all of those forums. And people can say things. But what I will say is if you're going to go to one of those forums, I can't protect you, right? If you're going to go in there and just start crapping all over a game, Ninja Clown sucks or whatever, you're going to get jumped on by the fans of the community because they're fans of the community. They're fans of
That's
those
why
things.
they're there.
I mean, what do you really
Called
expect,
iiRcade fan
right?
page. I mean,
Yeah, it's what I'm
iiRcade
saying.
fan
So,
page is pretty directly labeled.
so nobody's being censored for their opinion is what I'm getting at. So just when I hear people say like, you can't say anything negative about, no, you can say negative things, but
But don't
what do you
complain
expect?
when people aren't happy about you saying it. I mean,
Exactly. So
I love this comment. I just want to do a shout out to Mad Dad's Gaming because he's such a great guy. I've always liked Mad Dad's, and he says
That's a great
best thing.
comment.
The best thing about iiRcade is you buy what you want. It's not filled with shovelware. It's not filled with stuff you don't want. You pick which games you want.
Right.
And
There's
you
about
end up,
150 games I
know-
don't have because I'm not interested in them.
I've
Right.
got giant spinning wheels with thousands of games, and it's a pain to find the game I want to play on it a lot of times.
Right.
I mean, and I'm just going to give a maximum respect to Mad Dad's Gaming. The guy's always
Matt,
been great.
I got something real
Love
quick.
that guy.
I seen Mad Dad. He said something about the Taco Bell thing. He might have not understood what I meant. What I meant was some companies, like what is that? Arcade One Up. They do it like Taco Bell style, where you got the same thing. You got the Taco Supreme, and you got the regular taco. You got burrito. but it's all the same ingredients. You got the Street Fighter, you got the Big Blue, you got the regular cow. It's all the same stuff. That's what I meant.
They like to recycle the same. At least we're getting like new titles on this. I'm just saying, but be careful saying that word. If you say it 3 times, Michael B shows up in the chat. So
Stop it.
We're making
NFL Blitz.
I'm
NFL
getting
Blitz.
so much
NFL
crap. We're
Blitz,
gonna have to delete this stream.
NFL Blitz. NFL Blitz. NFL Blitz.
Oh no! Let's stop. Move on.
Funny
Okay.
YouTubers making videos.
Well, the next topic is kind of all in the same thing. We've kind of been talking about it already. It's okay to be a fan of something that you like, right? If you like Arcade 1-Up, it's okay for
Absolutely.
Michael B to go on his stream and say, you know what, guys? I don't care what you think. I like this stuff.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Then make videos about it. That's, it's
you can
okay to be a fan.
You can like some of it. You can like all of it. I mean, I like it all. I mean, CT Jason is just like me too. Isn't that right, CT?
What are you talking about?
Jason's Arcade. I mean, you got it. You got stuff from all the companies.
Oh, I got a bunch load of Arcade 1-Up. I love them.
it all.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I need something new. That's it.
I know you got something new. I've seen your shop.
No, I need some. I want some new titles.
Target.
I want that
you're talking
virtual
Arcade.
line.
Yeah. It's definitely seems like it's getting a little repetitive on the other side of the fence. But I mean, in their defense, I mean, they released Terminator 2. I mean, that is a new game for them, and Killer Instinct. Those games are new. So I mean, they have been releasing some new things. But as far as, some of the, we've made a lot of jokes about, iiRcade Illuminati and stuff like that tonight. But I want to reiterate.
I apologize in advance too.
Please don't come after me.
These guys backpedaling. They want to smoke.
I mentioned you in this video.
No, I'm speaking from my heart. I said it last week and I'm reiterated again. I am not paid or sponsored by iiRcade or any company for that matter. And everything that you see me do on my channel has come out of my own pocket and out of my own time and energy. And that's where we're at.
Never got a game for free. Never got a demo. Nothing. Nope. Zero.
Well, I think we're pretty well in debt from this show, given all of the giveaways that were going on like last week.
$175.
We're not doing any giveaways this week, are we? Are we doing a giveaway this week?
Yeah, let's give away a shirt.
Let's give away a shirt. Let's give away a shirt. All right, what do we got? We got a giveaway for a shirt.
We got a Can You Guess It? An easy one.
Okay.
Easy one, everybody get ready.
You gotta get it perfect, though. Get it right. Fastest thing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's time for us to play Can You Guess It? And right here, I got a whole bunch of collectibles that I've come across over the years. And right now, we're going to see if you can guess one of those items. And if you can, so folks, you're going to win that shirt. That's what you're going to get. All right, folks, I got this pair of sneakers. These particular pair, they're from the so-called future. A future where a lot of stuff gets messed up. The movie that this ad came from, there's 3 parts to it. What I want to know is what is the name of the movie that these sneakers come from? That's what I want to know, folks. Oh, snap, it looks like Shampoo Swan got it. It was Shampoo Swan.
Yeah.
Shampoo Swan's the winner. I didn't know, Mikey, do you want me to show your camera?
Yeah.
Quick fingers.
All right.
Say hi, wave.
We got a special guest with us.
Look up there. Hey, don't look at the screen.
Look at the camera. Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up, little guy?
So when you're playing Breaker's Revenge, this is who you're really playing against. And Mikey just pretends like it's him.
Actually, he's not a fan of the fighting games yet because Daddy beats him up and they're not fun. He says that, I want to play the ones where we beat up the bad guys.
There you go.
What's your bad guys?
Let me ask, can he hear us? What's his favorite game on iiRcade?
Georgie, what's your favorite iiRcade game? The Bomb Squad one? No, Bomb Squad's not your favorite?
Oh, he said, let me show you. He's going to show us. Okay.
No, not
He's
over there,
so
Georgie.
adorable.
No.
All right. So who was the winner? It was Shampoo Swan.
Shampoo Swan's the winner.
Yeah,
How do they
Shampoo
contact you?
Swan, reach out to Papa Brad. We're going to hook you up.
Okay, yeah, reach out to me and I'll
Reach out to
get the-
Papa. Reach out to
Yeah,
Papa.
everyone reaches out to me. I'll get the information to where it needs to go. Just I have a Facebook. Just contact me on there. You can leave a comment in any of my videos. I read all my comments too. I get it just like that. So
We just need
Either
your
way.
address, your shirt size, a blood sample, mother's maiden name, and the
Actually-
contract. The iiRcadians.
yeah, you have a lot of
Okay, here we go.
choices too. There's all kinds of cool shirts in the iiRcade store too,
There you go.
Yeah, check out the store. You let them know what you want. We'll work it out.
including a blood red CT Jason shirt. That's the next shirt I'm
Hey,
buying.
whatever you want. We
getting
got it.
I'm getting it. I've been looking at it.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, we should get some our iiRcade Illuminati merch. That'll be
Would
fun.
you guys actually buy that stuff?
on
Like,
the-
I don't know. Like,
I want the
Oh, my
iiRcade
goodness.
Illuminati shirt. I'll buy one.
Ritual said he'd buy right from the rip. He said in the beginning of the show. If we get that
That's it,
shirt.
oh my goodness, this is
Yeah.
out of control. Well, hey, do you have a little? You know what? Can we show the merch store? Do we have a little clip of that?
Yeah,
Not a long one. Do we have a little short
We can
one?
save it for the end. We can
save it for the end.
Yeah. Do we have time to do this other one?
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
time
let's
to
do
run
it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's
We
do it.
got another video by a community spotlight. Brad, do you want to introduce this one for us?
Yeah, I mean, this is a great guy in the retro community. He has a great channel. I would highly recommend everyone go check him out. This is Off Grid Arcade. He's going to talk about some retro gaming on the iiRcade. Let's check him out.
Hello, fellow iiRcadians. I'm here with a little spotlight video. People know about the iiRcade and all the new games and the games that are exclusive to it, but I'm here to tell you, they have retro games too. Let's check out the Data East / Taito title, Lock and Chase. All right, so here we are. I loaded up the game. You can see it says Data East. This was released in 1981 in Japan as a Data East title. Well, here, let me go over this so I can get the game loading. You can see on there, there's only one button needed. That's the wall button. It is an answer, Data East answer to Pac-Man. If you're not familiar with the game at all, you'll see it. It's a collect up the dots kind of thing. And they add the added thing of you can put up walls to try to stop the people from coming and getting you. So let me put in a coin, and I will continue with what I was saying. As I said, I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I don't know how loud it is. It was released in 1981 in Japan by Data East, and they did a deal with Taito to release it. Oh, I'm screwed. I'm toast. With Taito to release it here in the United States. The following year, 1982, Mattel published the Intellivision and now okay, Intellivision and Atari 2600. I will say right now, this game is a 4-way gated game, and it is very sensitive. My iiRcade has the Sanwa buttons and sticks, and boy is it sensitive to angles, so you got to be careful. But anyway, yeah, so in 1981 the game was released in Japan, and then it was later released here by Taito. Oh, see, the big points are in getting that, getting those money bags. Okay. All right, we'll go this way. Those doors that open and close are kind of a pain, but that's part of the game. There should be a money bag anytime now. Come on, money bag, no money bag, no money for me. If you can trap the police, well, I can't get that money back because they're there. If you can trap them between two of the walls, you get bonus points. And unlike Pac-Man, you have to get to the exit after you get your last dot. So, but yeah, it runs good on the iiRcade. Like I said, I have a little bit of trouble with the 8-way gate. But I believe there is a 4-way gate alternative you can do. After you get the money bags, you will see that the coppers that are after you will pause for a second, so you have a second to escape. And it's a pretty fun. It's a pretty fun little game. It runs well on my off-grid arcade. I haven't checked the amps it pulls yet. Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb. But if I didn't do at least one dumb move, you wouldn't know what my channel's all about. It's about watching a guy who's off-grid, playing games usually poorly, making dumb decisions. As you can see, I did play before and didn't do so good. So, all right, yeah. So that's a little taste of the Lock and Chase on the iiRcade. It's pretty fun. I'm really enjoying the iiRcade. It's an awesome system, and I appreciate the iiRcadians for having me on to do this little spotlight video. You can do retro gaming on your iiRcade. You can buy them at the iiRcade store. I will look up and put it on, I think it was $5.99. We'll see if I'm correct. The price will show up on the screen here. But yeah, it's a cool game. Check it out. If you don't already have an iiRcade, you should look into getting one. Thanks again to the iiRcadians for having me on, and we'll catch you on the next video, and keep watching their stream because it's awesome stuff. Peace.
Yeah.
Wow,
Super big thank you to Off Grid Arcade for being our community spotlight this time. And I would like to remind everyone that we are all iiRcadians. If you want to come on the show and do a spotlight, just contact one of us, and we will be glad to work with you to feature you on the channel. We want this to be a channel for anyone that's doing positive, good content for iiRcade. You're welcome to do a spotlight and come on the channel. One more thing, I want to show something real quick. I got show and tell. This little device here is made by Uplay, and it is a restrictor gate that actually just goes on the machine. And this is great. This converts the iiRcade controls into 4-way only controls. They also have one that works with Congo Bongo. And this one makes it diagonal controls, so you can have arcade accurate controls.
Kind of need that, yeah. For Lock and Chase, I think that's kind of a must.
How much is it?
I think you get the set of them. I don't know. You got to go to Uplay. I don't know the price, but
he might have changed his prices. I don't know.
Links in our description.
How do you got it? How did you buy it if you don't know the price?
I don't know. You could look it up. I mean,
there's a link. We put a link down in the description.
Yeah.
You can go.
I'll check out the link.
Last time I talked to Gunther, he was like backed up on orders pretty bad. So if you want one, put in your order. It might take him a while. So
they do work really great. I would highly. I mean, I like them. I use them.
Yeah.
Off Grid Arcade. That was an awesome video. I have a question. The doors. So the one doors in the middle, they close automatically, right? But then you can drop doors behind you as well.
We got a price $17.99.
Okay,
that's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Yeah.
Much, Malcolm. Thank
Is
you
that
so
for
much.
the pair of them or just for one?
They come as a set, I think. You get both of them. Yeah, it's a pair.
Yeah,
and it gets you everything that you need to use for all the games.
I've got some. Brad sent them to me.
I sent them to Jeff as a gift. Yeah,
he sent them to me, and I use it. I use it all the time. It works great. Yeah. What I was saying is in that game Lock and Chase, I've never actually played it. But so there's the doors in the middle, they close on their own, but you can drop a door behind you to try and lock the cops in, trap them, right?
Yeah, you can I think you can make like doors as you go.
Yeah. Okay. So I was trying to figure that. That looks harder than Pac-Man to me. Like you got to try and get out at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And you got, first of all, the cops look like very similar to your sprite. So I was like, wait a minute, which one is he, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It looks like a pretty cool game.
Well, it looks like one of those ones that you might overlook, and then after you get it, you're like, "This is actually a fun game." You know.
How much is that game? How much?
$5.99.
It's in the video.
$5. That's not bad.
Yeah. Well, $6. $5.99. But yeah.
Yeah. It's reasonable.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It is harder than Pac-Man.
I mean, how much would you pay for Pac-Man, right? So, I mean, this is their answer to
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Is like free. Pac-Man's like water. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Good point. And I'm trying to remember what other system I have Lock and Chase somewhere else. I just haven't played it, but there's something else that I could play it on. I don't remember what.
Yeah, I think Act Games has Lock and Chase.
It's all over the place, but
yeah,
it's that's pretty cool. Great.
It is the arcade version too. It's the arcade version. It's the full arcade version of Lock and Chase. So it's a legitimate arcade game.
So
yeah.
Yes, that's it, huh?
Yeah.
I think that's what we got for our show. Guys, I want to point out in about 13 minutes, everybody go check out Retro Ralph. If you've never heard of him, of course you've heard of him, right? He's doing a premiere for a new episode of Chasing Nostalgia tonight here in about 10-15 minutes. So head over there after the show. Tell them the iiRcadians sent you. Put that in the chat. I want to see that all up in his chat because I know him and Mason are watching the chat. Say the iiRcadians sent us. The iiRcade Illuminati sent us. Whatever, however you want to say that. But just real quick, just to touch base again, we have the merch store. I think I'm the only one that's bought anything so far from it yet. But if
Prince
you guys
Malcolm's got a shirt on the way, and
okay.
Tonight,
Shampoo's got a shirt coming too.
Shampoo's got his shirt.
T-shirts.
So show the short clip, the one that we of the.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we got the iiRcadians merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. Enjoy.
There you go. Links in the description down below, as well as links to Gunther's Uplay Arcade store where you can pick that up, and all of our individual channels, which we would love it if everybody would head over and click on all of our channels, the subscribe buttons, because you should watch all our content. Although I haven't made a whole lot of content on my channel lately. I've been kind of busy.
I'm going to do a stream either tomorrow or the next day, though. So if anybody wants to come hang out for me, keep an eye on me.
What are you doing? What kind of streamer you got going?
We do not talk about Fightcade.
Okay. It's not related to iiRcade, but he'll be doing some Fightcade stuff. I'm going to be talking about Taco Bell. What do you got going on, CT Jason?
Oh, I just post random stuff. I probably got something in the pipeline coming up soon. You'll see it.
Okay. Brad, what do you got? Anything you want to plug for this week?
I'm going to do an arcade tour soon. I'm planning it right now. So another big arcade tour is coming. And if you go to my channel, make sure you check out the arcade tours because that's really the best stuff on my channel. And I have a playlist for them, but that's really my favorite thing to do. So check out the arcade tours if you come to Papa Brad's Gaming.
And Pete, yes, you absolutely can. But what you do is you call up all of your aunts and uncles, cousins, grandma. You make sure grandma's subscribed, and everybody. We're good with that. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for coming and checking out the show.
We'll see you
it's been a blast, and go play some fighting games or lock.
See y'all later.